Hello everyone, welcome to Achievers IAS classes. Let's begin a discussion on the current events of 27th Feb 2018. The first issue in news is regarding the recent government decision of hiring social media executives at the district level. These social media executives will be entrusted with the responsibility to analyze local media news and help the government adapt according to the responses received from the general public. These social media executives will also help analyze whether the government's message was received positively or negatively by the general public and monitor important local developments. The government also proposes to set up a new media wing to take care of the initiative known as the Broadcast Engineering Consultants India Limited. We can recall that the government had also done real-time monitoring of public online conversations during the announcement of the budget to source public opinions. Having said that, let's move on to the next issue, which is an editorial regarding the WASH initiative, which stands for Water, Sanitation and Hygiene. Previously, we had discussed an editorial in the Hindu which dealt with the question whether sanitation could reduce stunting prevalent among children. The previous article had highlighted that how studies conducted in Bangladesh and Kenya did not show any correlation between sanitation and stunting, thereby questioning its relevance in child nutrition. The article today in the Hindu is talking about various other factors which play a role along with the WASH initiative in addressing child nutrition. That too, particularly in a country like India, where still more than half of its rural population defecates in the open. Stunting among children is driven by multiple factors, one of which is inflammation, which is the normal biological response of body tissues against disease causing bacteria. And due to exposure of children to high doses of bacteria in environments with poor hygiene and open defecation, they suffer from gastrointestinal infections which severely undermine the nutrition absorption capabilities as well as impair normal growth of children. Among mothers too, inflammation during the gestation period will result in smaller babies. Therefore, the author argues that to effectively capture the importance of the WASH initiative, it requires for at least a generation to adopt it to highlight the link between sanitation and nutritional outcomes. Therefore, in this regard, the short-term trials in Kenya and Bangladesh do not really show the real picture. In this regard, what government can learn from these countries is mere building of toilets cannot prompt people to change their behavior, but a sustained campaign as conducted in Bangladesh using a huge chunk of public and charity money for building toilets, deployment of campaign volunteers to change public attitudes and habits, using children as whistleblowers and agents of social change is something which India should look into given the vastness, diversity and varied views prevalent in the Indian society. Having said that, let's move on to the next issue, which is regarding the regulatory body, that is the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, which have recently said that the existing disciplinary and oversight mechanisms of chartered accountants have to be strengthened given the role of CAs in the recent Punjab National Bank scam, where the auditors and the regulators have failed to detect the multi-crore scam. However, the ICAI has indirectly opposed the setting up of a super regulator known as the National Financial Reporting Authority to regulate CA profession. The role of CAs has been questioned in various instances ranging from Satyam scam to the recent PMP scam, and UPSC in the mains exam too has asked a question in this regard. Keeping that in mind, we'll further discuss this issue on the future developments taking place regarding the same. Till then, let's move on to the next issue, which is regarding the upcoming visit of Jordanian King Abdullah II to India. The two countries are expected to discuss on a range of issues with particular emphasis on a framework agreement on defense and security, as well as setting up a center of excellence in Amman by the Center for Development of Advanced Computing. Apart from this, the two countries are also expected to discuss the Palestinian peace process because Jordan is home to about 2 million Palestinian refugees and a significant number of Syrian refugees. In spite of this, the kingdom has remained largely peaceful compared with the rest of the region, and Jordan has taken a leadership role in countering extremism and radicalization in the Arab world through a process known as Aqaba process On the trade front, the two countries are expected to discuss how to improve business ties given that India is Jordan's fourth largest trading partner, particularly in fertilizer imports. Having said that, let's look into the other issues in news today. The first one being a record number of olive ridley turtles nest at the Rushikulya rookery in the Ganjam district of Odisha. As we know, olive ridley turtles are classified as endangered species by the IUCN, and every year they migrate to the eastern coast of India to commence their nesting activities. There has been an increase in the number of olive ridley nests at the Rushikulya rookery due to many measures taken by the government and favorable geographical factors too, which I've already discussed in my previous news analysis video, and I request those who missed it to go back and watch the same. The second issue is yet another scandal in the banking sector, this time by the Bank of Baroda, which has conducted several questionable transactions which ultimately led to the resignation of South African President Jacob Zuma. The scandal as such is not important to us, but we have to closely monitor the future actions of the government to tackle such events. Finally, Odisha government has recently launched a scheme called Kushi to provide free sanitary napkins to school-going girls in government-aided schools from class 6 to class 12. This is a welcome move and goes a long way in empowering schoolgirls and encouraging womanhood. Having said that, I wrap up today's news analysis. Do like, share, and comment to support this initiative. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.